This video is a little bit different, actually. I have decided that you need a break from watching me pose my muscles, watching me lift some heavy weights, watching me do the same thing over and over again. I have decided to give the opportunity to some people to ask questions to my fiance, Taylor. Where is she? There she is. Q&A with my fiance, Taylor. This is today's video. Hope you enjoy. Comment below. First one. Does AV have constant protein gas?
It's not constant.
But it's repetitive.
I mean, it's natural. Human beings
Have gas.
have gas.
Yeah. So her answer is probably...
Sometimes.
I don't know if they're protein gas. Is it just normal gas? Like, what's the difference?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. When you love someone, there's things that you kind of put up with, and you don't even... It's not even putting up with. Like, it doesn't even bother you. So it's like, when I wake up and Antoine has gone to the bathroom's very close to where I'm still in bed, and I just hear the biggest, loudest farts sometimes, and it is what it is.
It is what it is. Alright.
What a weird question.
Yeah, happens. Now another one more serious. Date set, because we're engaged now.
No.
Do you have a date set? Because that came up. That comes up a lot actually.
Yeah, and it's like, you get engaged, and that's the typical question everyone asks you, but it's like, we have no idea your schedule with competing or anything like that coming up in weddings. You have to plan super in advance.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun to just be engaged. Like, we even like didn't post about it for a while. Like, it's fun to tell people in person.
Yeah.
And when you see your friends and have them be excited. So that was kind of how we went about things, and then we'll get married eventually.
Yeah. I told her whenever she wants. I just don't want to be prepping. That's my only thing.
Can't be 8 weeks out. Was
or
the
two,
deal.
or one. Yeah. Does Antoine cook for you? If so, what's your favorite meal he makes?
Wow. So he hasn't cooked for me for a while. And that's because I enjoy cooking too, and I eat very different stuff than him. But when we first started dating, he would make me chicken and rice a lot. He's good at that. He would make steak dinners for us too.
Yeah, that was cool.
Really good.
Yeah.
Like, we make like a filet mignon with like veggies, roasted veggies and stuff, and have like a date night at home and watch a movie.
I think it's just because I've been prepping. When I have a cheat meal or whatever, we just like do takeout.
Yeah, and sometimes I make him pasta things. Like, it's we both like to cook.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a picky eater too, and I like to prepare my own food
that's the
in
thing.
A specific way.
She doesn't meal prep. If she would be meal prepping, like, she does meal prep, but her own style. Then I could make her some of my stuff, but like you said, she's a picky eater.
He made these like really. When I got sick last Christmas, and he was making everything for me except for when I made soup. And I made the soup like so spicy because I couldn't taste anything because I had the Miss Rona virus. And no, but you made me these like Asian fried noodle things that were so good that I make sometimes, but not as good as him. Yeah. Yeah,
so there's just a few examples. Okay, another question. How cranky does he get when he's prepping?
Okay, I have nothing to compare it to with like someone else who's in prep, but my interpretation of talking with some of the other girlies whose partners go and prep for shows, I feel like he's pretty good. Like, he gets really tired. Like, you get really tired where it's like I'm just talking away, and he just will stare at me with that dead stare, and I'm like, wow, I must be really annoying him right now. But it's not that. Like and if he's ever like that, he always says sorry a bunch of times. So it's
Yeah, because I just
me.
it's all about communication. Like you have to make them understand that it's like I have to make her understand that it's not about her.
Crankiness, like it's not bad. It's more tiredness.
Yeah.
And the inability to have like normal conversations and do things together. Just the one, like little things can really frustrate him. Like the one time you couldn't see in the room, in the closet, it was dark, and so he kicked a chair across the room, and I was like,
one time per prep I throw or hit something.
But
just
he
once.
like right after was like, oh my god,
yeah,
I'm sorry, but
you
it
should
was
never
just...
be aggressive, like even if it's not anybody. But you know, sometimes it just gets the best of me. It's like one thing after another, and you're tired. It gets you. So,
yeah, but you're never really like grumpy or mean or anything like that.
No, I try not to. At first prep, I was. One time I yelled at my brother JC because he brought pizza home. I was 16 years old. But it's like the thing when you're prepping, it's your own decision. First of all, it's a luxury to be able to choose what you eat. Like some people don't even choose when and what they eat. So why would you make somebody else suffer because you want to have a calorie restriction because you have some type of goal you want to achieve? It's so dumb. But I was cranky before, more like when I was my first preps, but now it's more just tired, and I try to be self-aware. Another question here: did you know he was the one instantly? So happy for you guys. This is my friend Olivia who asked that.
Instantly, no, because we actually met like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
In passing. And then when we reconnected, he was like over 300 pounds with this big giant beard.
Like Santa Claus.
And I was like I think I was more curious than anything. Like, and when we first like hung out, I was surprised at how much we had in common because I'm not in this whole world of bodybuilding at all. But we have so much in common and can talk forever. Like we can just have these conversations that just go all over the place. But like it's such a good way of like communicating that it was just like instant spark and attraction. It was very easy. It was like all these pieces fell into place, and then everything just felt really right. And it was like we were both at these times in our lives that it just
sometimes it timing.
Ended up like the timing just was there, and it ended up just kind of doing this whole thing, and it just was kind of like perfect, and we're like, okay, great.
Yeah, there
like,
you go.
It's the best. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the first. I know it's Sunday I would get married, but when I was like with her for a little while, then at some point it just felt like shit. I think I want to do it now. So that's why I asked her. So let's go. This one it goes back a bit before that. First impressions of AV. So the first time you saw me,
I thought he was Russian. This was like 4 years ago, right? I think this was like you were competing. You were like extra tan. You looked all scary, and I thought he was Russian. I'm not very good with accents, and
That's
I thought
funny.
he reminded me of like a bad guy from a movie, like the evil like.
Yeah, the guy gets killed in the third scene.
Yeah, so that was my first.
That's all right.
My dad actually thought you were like Russian too, so
Really?
I'm like maybe I got it from.
That's funny.
That.
Valerie is asking, how excited are you to watch your first Olympia?
Well, she saw me in Vancouver too, so it's not so much about that it's the Olympia, because like, to be honest, I didn't know what that was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exciting because now I've gotten more into it, and like I know what the show is and everything, but I'm just more excited to see him on stage. Like the first time I saw him on stage, I was crying when he was just guest posing. And yeah, and then when he was actually competing, like I went and saw you in between like the
Vancouver.
Was it between prejudging?
Yeah, it's after prejudge.
after prejudging, and I just went and saw him and like bawled my eyes out and
Yeah.
so proud of him, like in like happy tears. Like
Mhm.
it's very exciting, and to see like, especially at the beginning of this year, like you were having a tough time mentally and like getting like with everything like going on, and you know, not knowing if you could compete, and then not like, and then kind of like recovery and coming up to 1 year being clean and all of this stuff. Like he was having such a tough time mentally, and I was there for him through that. And then the whole prep, like going through all these hard times together, to have like all of this like culminate into one specific moment of like lights and music and like energy on stage, that it's so exciting. Like it's a very emotional thing and brings so much out of me that I like, because I feel so connected with it, right? Like I've been here through it all, so it's very exciting. And like I know I'm gonna just be probably a mess, and I'm a big cheerer.
Yeah,
like I'm the loudest in the
so
crowd.
I got seats on the balcony, but I'm sure I'm still gonna hear her from the balcony.
And I may, like, who knows, because we have the VIP tickets.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I might sneak down, but I do want to be, like, with the group,
Oh yeah,
too.
you should
Because
sneak down.
Antoine's mom's coming, and
Yeah.
one of his little brothers. And
Sam, yeah.
so I'd like to be, like, all together with everyone, and, like,
Good
Dorian's
choose.
wife Rachel
Could
and
run up
everything.
and down.
And yeah, so I want to be together, but I also, like, want to be up close. And yeah, I like to cheer. I like to cheer everyone.
Good cheer. So this one is I chose it because I actually wonder, like, because people come up sometimes and they might think that. So is it hard being known more as Antoine's fiance than as your own person? But that's coming from somebody who sees me on YouTube, right? Because we're, you know what I mean?
No, I think that's a good question. The first, like, no, doesn't bother me at all. I think, like, it's funny, our first date, we were going out to a restaurant and we were walking down the street, and someone recognized Antoine on the street and was like, oh, like, got a picture with him and everything. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy that I'm with? Like, I had no clue, like, that, like, people actually know who he is.
Yeah,
so
actually, I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
and yeah, in normal day-to-day life, everything is like normal.
No,
like you're just Antoine, and then at these big bodybuilding shows, yeah, it's like
course,
people like there's tons of fans, and then I take a lot of pictures for people and stuff. But it's funny because it's probably like the first time in my life that I got less attention than who I was with.
That's funny. But it's like if I would go in your world of real estate, the people that know you, I would be Taylor's fiance.
Yeah, it's like anything.
It's
like
like
that. Or with my friends or anything
exactly.
like that. Like it's totally fine by me. Like it's just, it doesn't bother me at all. I think it's funny. Like at one of the shows we were at, someone that I didn't know came up, was like, "Yo, Taylor," and I'm like,
"Who's that?
Do I know you?" Like, and he's like, "From Antoine's Instagram." I'm like, "Oh shit." I'm like, "Oh yeah, he's around here somewhere."
Yeah.
So, like, that's kind of cool and fun. Like, people know me just from seeing stuff online.
Stories.
But usually I'm, like, a pretty private person.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny and weird, but whatever.
Whatever. The things that you don't have any direct interaction with everybody because you don't have an Instagram pretty much. So
yeah,
it's fine like that. So a favorite video game?
Mine?
Yeah.
I really liked Breath of the Wild. Like, I want to play it again. The Zelda game. There's the new one coming out that we're going to play again. Yeah. We played it together. So we, like, it's not multiplayer,
yeah.
But we handed off the controller to each other for, like, different times and just played together.
The boss fights, that was pretty good. But she's good at, like, gathering things and...
I'm a fighter, too. Like,
okay.
Come on.
Yeah. You're more of a
that
gatherer.
one's really fun. I'm stupid. I play games on my phone just cause, like, I like all the old games, like Nintendo 64 games and, like, ones for GameCube that I grew up playing when I was younger, or my brother played, and all of that fun stuff. Yeah,
we played Diablo 3 together. So I can't, that's a co-op game. That was good. So the Diablo 4 is coming out in the next year, I guess. We'll have to play that together again. Yeah, that's fun too. Last question. Do you eat the same foods as Antoine on prep or just with just different quantity?
No. No, I'm a normal person. I eat what I consider fairly
Keep explaining.
healthy. Okay, bye.
No, I'll be back.
Now it's just us. I'll spill the real tea. No, I'm kidding. No, I eat pretty much what I feel like. And what I typically do is like try new recipes and make things in a big batch. And then I just eat the same thing over the next few days. And sometimes I get fixated on foods. Like the past week was quesadillas and...
You have to do this on camera.
No!
Yeah, for me.
Everyone's gonna hate me. I've been eating like snacks and stuff too. And I'm just a jerk about it, I guess. Because you can't eat anything.
No, sometimes I buy her the stuff I can't eat and I just ask her.
But yeah, I ate like homemade quesadillas every day for like 2 weeks. But...
Can you take a bite? I want to see inside. Oh, it smells good. That's from Cecilia and Catherine, by the way.
Oh, that's so nice. No,
Yeah.
I haven't eaten dinner, so...
It must taste really good. Too, sometimes when you're hungry, you eat sugar. You eat dessert first. It's even better, right?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was awful.
That's not what I want to hear.
I mean...
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I like those chocolates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're one of my favorites. But yeah,
right, well,
does that bother you when
no.
I eat things you're not allowed to eat?
No.
Well, I
mean,
know this.
It doesn't bother me more than seeing a meal on TV or something like that sometimes.
We were watching a movie last night, and it's like, it would be like a bag of chips in the bottom corner.
Oh.
And he would notice it. Like, I'm watching the movie, I'm not noticing any of these things. And you're like, Doritos. Oh, pizza. Oh, a sandwich. Like, they're in a deli shop. Whoa, sandwiches. When there's all this action going on.
Yeah, it's funny.
All he notices is the food. But
anyways, that's it. I mean, I think we'll do more of that. I think that was interesting. It was fun for me. Yeah.
yeah.
So remember, thanks for watching. Say bye to the YouTube people.
You've been scrolling for too long.
You try to do like me now?
I can't do the voice.
Tell them to go to the gym.
Go to the gym.
That's it. This is what
You'll
you need
feel better.
All you need to do now is just go to the gym.
You'll feel...
And if you went today, go to sleep, go tomorrow. Come on, let's go.